We're exploring Town Hall 10 bases today and getting lots of loot. What's shaking, guys? It's Feldy bringing you another Clash of Clans video, and today, as promised, a Town Hall 10 base. Look at this guy. This is my new home village, and I've had it for a few hours now, and nobody's actually attacked it yet. So I thought I would actually have some kind of replay on this base for you, but I don't. So we're just gonna kind of say that this base is OP and it's gonna protect all your resources. Now we all know that that's false, and as you notice, I'm not sporting the Project Clash gear today. It's a comfy, cozy day in the house. So yeah, if you guys want Project Clash merch, go ahead and comment below. Let me know. I do have a store set up in the process. I have been making a whole bunch of designs. As you guys know, I have the members only section of this channel, and you can actually get custom merch there, which is super cool. Anyway, make sure you guys subscribe, smash that bell button, and like the video for all the cool updates and content regarding both Brawl Stars and Clash of Clans. Alright, Town Hall 10, here you go. This is the base. I'm going to link below this base for your home village. Now, the cool thing about this home village is, yes, you have all the collectors on the outside. You can't really help it at Town Hall 10. It's just how the walls happen to be. But you do have a couple different defenses on the outside to help suck in all the different opponents. So you've got cannons on the outside, you've got heroes on the outside, and you do have all your collectors on the outside. But all the main defenses that you might actually be like getting attacked with at Town Hall 10, like dragons, eDrags from Town Hall 11s, anything like that, you're gonna have a lot of protection with all those guys having archer towers kind of inside the base, and the expos and the air sweepers, and then your single target inferno and a multi-target inferno. I highly recommend for your home base always having one of each. It definitely helps get that if somebody's just looking for single targets, they're going to skip over you. If they're looking for multi-targets, they're probably going to skip over you. If you have a ton of loot, no matter what, you're going to get blasted. But make sure you guys are collecting daily, because that's what this base actually requires, is daily collections of your resources. That way your collectors aren't going to be super full, so somebody can't just pick you off. And then it does have pretty much like a moat style, where like each little compartment is gonna have its little defenses and or oops, as I have my fat thumbs going, you're gonna have like air defenses in some of these. You're gonna have the storages. You are gonna have storages tripled up, so make sure you are aware of that. And then I did put your Dark Elixir, one of the storages of each, in the center, along with the Clan Castle and the Infernos. I do like to keep the Black Air Mines inside as much as possible for killing the dragons or healers last minute, because that's typically, if you ever find the 100% or trying to save your loot, you want to make sure that those guys go down and they're not just like able to pick off. So if somebody sends in a coconut loon, you can go ahead and at least have that be taken out by this red air bomb versus the black seeking air bomb. Alright, that is that base. Now let's go ahead and get over into my new war base. Now this is obviously, I mean, this variation has been around the internet for a while. Now all of these are my own original designs. They could be inspired from other people, but it's not necessarily, I did not go online and look at designs or bases or anything. I just do these based off of my own knowledge on what you guys need. So this war base here It's got corners for the builder huts, which is something that's really critical. I find a lot of Town Hall 10s, you can have a make or break with like a 98 or 99% with just having builder huts in the corners. The other thing is that it does have defenses on the outside to help lure people in. It does have that heavy artillery hit point, guy over here, and we're gonna have to cancel out of this so that we don't have any actual changes, because I want to get you guys this link as well. And then it kind of has this like weird like, I don't know, moat kind of thing as well. I was kind of going on this whole moat theme at Town Hall 10. I do love having these two Inferno towers kind of in two separate moats. I've seen a lot of them that have the Inferno Tower just singly up against, but I did do the 1 pixel difference so that you had one little extra space to put mines in there, and I think that's really critical. And then on this side, I did the skeletons for the air, and then closer towards this side, I did the ground skeletons. So if somebody happens to try to get to the core, you're gonna have a little bit of a distraction going there. Now, the Teslas, they are not like equilateral. I did try to equilateral as much of this base as possible, but I also like having it a little bit asymmetrical. And the reason is because once somebody comes in, you're gonna have a variety of different attacks that might happen. So you can have, yes, there are 3 wizard towers up here. You could feel free to swap this wizard tower down here with this barracks, but I do like having kind of this little layout. It does tend to draw somebody to go towards one side, and then it's very risky for them to do that, because then at that point all the other defenses can then help out. So that's one of the reasons why I like doing that. You also see that this air sweeper is pointed that way, so in case they do try to do like a bat freeze or like a frozen witch, you can at least try to get those healers to be blown up, and then you do have all the inside defenses going on there. On this side you do have the 2 expos there, and on this side you do have the 1 expo down here. So a couple different points there. On this downside one, on the south side here, the north side here really isn't, it's just got a lot of artillery. Down here it's got a lot of the traps, right? So either way you get the traps or heavy artillery, and then along the outside I do have pretty much anywhere where I try to put a defense, I did try to put like at least a little bit of a block in terms of trying to make sure that it wasn't just easily sniped off by the queen. So that way, if people do go into these little moats, there are spring traps that go into each of these moats. Now, another really nifty thing that you could do is maybe use your other spring trap and put it like somewhere in between these walls. That way, if there is a golem, for instance, that does happen to go down and trigger that spring trap, the next person that goes in, like an archer or barbarian or something, they're gonna go ahead and get sprung out. So just a couple little pointers there, but I did do the 2 random ones inside the main areas there, and then it is all barricaded off, so they would need to actually break open a wall in order to get to you. And then of course with these single target infernos for war, this definitely kills really quick, and especially with all the junk around it. You have an air defense over here. You could even swap your air defense and this archer tower if you wanted to, but I like having 1 air defense kind of inset versus on the outside over here. So you can kind of see how I did that. I did 1 inset, 1 outside. You could in theory do the same thing over here if you wanted to. But this is for you guys to also play around with. This is kind of like the shell, and hopefully it helps get you at least not 3-starred. How about that? How about just getting 2-starred? Because we all know at Town Hall 10, you can pretty much get 3-starred pretty easy, no matter what. So if you can at least get just a 2-star on this base, that would be awesome. You guys got to try it out. Let me know below how it's going, and then we'll go from there, and I'll have some replays if you guys comment below and let me know and you want me to go record some for you. Okay, the other question that I've been getting a ton of is, how do I get loot fast? Well, we're gonna go show you how you get loot really fast. Now, there's two ways to do this. You can go for big loot hauls that are over 500,000, and that's what I'm gonna do here on this gold. The gold, if it's over 500,000, I always bring dragons, and you can see he's working on one of those Inferno towers, so we're gonna come from that side, and I bring a couple different spells. So I bring my my freezes and my rages, and then that way I know I've got a whole bunch of power coming, and we're gonna go ahead and try to freeze these as best as we can. And let's see if we can't get a couple more good freezes down here. We are gonna lightning that, and I am saving my queen, and I'm only saving my queen for the next raid because I have to show you guys how to do the next raid with goblins, and goblins is one of the best ways that you can actually get loot really quick. So this was the haul to try to get massive quantities of loot in one go. Now the actual really good method is to just like train up your goblin camps and just go crazy with goblin raids, okay? Don't worry about trophies. Don't worry about losing the match. You're literally going for resources, and I want you to just kind of see what I'm going to talk about here. So that wasn't a huge victory for me in terms of gold, but I was able, if I had used all my resources, my king, my queen, and my stone slammer, I probably would have had pretty close to a 3-star in that one, let's be honest. Okay, the next one is going to be for your goblins, and I want to show you this, and I just have to train up some more goblins here. And what you're going to do is you're going to bring 8 earthquakes, and then you're going to have earthquake madness, and you're going to have your queen to pick off as well. So you can look and see, are the collectors full or are the storages full? Okay, now if the collectors are full, you can go ahead and just kind of do little snipey action with the goblins and just throw a couple down, and then they're just gonna go crazy and get a couple 100,000 loot for you. Now if you really wanted to go into the base, that's when you would use your earthquakes, and that's when you would actually really go ahead and try to go a little bit more crazy with your attack. Okay, so this one's just kind of like, here's a pick off. You're gonna try to do maybe even I'll show you on the next one here. I'll show you. This is not bad loot for just wasting a whole bunch of minions or goblins there. Here, this is what I want to show you what to do. This one's not going to give me enough loot. So you're just literally going to just try to drop down, and you're just going to kind of pick off. Now, if you see that there's a mortar like right there, and then you have your cannons and everything, you're trying to get that mortar to fire off before it actually impacts the majority of your goblins. So that way all that splash damage doesn't just kill your goblins right away. So you can see they kind of go down quick to that bomb tower. So you're trying to just get like 2 down, they throw, and then you go and you get a little bit extra in there. So just a few little tips there. This is actually how I like to raid when I do have a boost on. I'll just go ahead and do goblin raids with the boost. I'll have my earthquakes and I'll have my queen, and then I'm ready to go, and I just keep doing this, and I just trophy drop. And you can see I don't care what I'm spending for elixir or for anything else. I'm just looking to get the maximum amount of gold. Now this one, you could probably earthquake and get you know, 2 good storages here along with your queen. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna do the 4 earthquakes. We're gonna throw our queen down, and then we're gonna just kind of send in a couple of these goblins over here, and then goblins over here. Now you can use a rage if you want. It just, I like freezes better. I am going to use my Queen's ability, and I am going to try to get these. And I do need to just freeze up over here. That way my goblins can actually survive all that splash damage that is going to attack them. So you can kind of see where that goes there. You want to make sure that that splash damage is frozen, and then you can either send in a rage, earthquake, use your queen, go ahead and get as much out of the way as possible. The queen is going to be your vital source for getting storages like this over the walls, especially in that scenario where those two storages were pretty close. That's where you want to definitely focus on. So hopefully this helps you guys. Little tips and tricks there, a couple base layouts, the links are below. Okay, that does it guys. Until next time, Feldy. Peace.